Okay, so we're going to talk about 7 tips for sharing the gospel with teens. Now, of course, you can use this if you're an adult sharing with a teen, but then also teens can share it with other teens. That's what he really wants, is for them to be able to reach out to the people in their generation. And I'm sorry, it's a little wobbly here. And he was saying that, the darkness, dream, and interpretation scare them a little bit. Don't make them go like petrified or whatever about it, but like say you don't want to be here down with all this stuff. The veil's going to be lifted, and you're going to start seeing the supernatural world that you don't see right now. And you can show them my dream and show them what's going to happen when this thing pops off here, and we're out of here, and the restrainer's removed. Okay, the veil's coming up when that happens, because that's why you can see all these creatures in the darkness. That's what's going on there. And there may be other things in different places that I didn't see in my dream that somebody else has seen in theirs, coming up out of the ground. Well, I haven't really talked to you about this yet. There's a place in the Bible that talks about like things under the earth. There's a place in the Bible that talks about things in the sea. Also, the Elon Musk thing, the rich and the powerful, those, people up here at the top and evil people that are running the show, they're trying to put people on like Mars to get away from God. That's what they're all doing up there with the spaceships and all that stuff. And I don't know if there's anybody up there or not, but I know it does say in the Bible that they're going to try to make a nest in the stars. And he's like, I'm not having any of it. So that might give you another little clue about the whole Mars thing and what was in the Torah codes. All right, I'm not prophesying. I am just telling you my hunch, okay? He might be going to crash into it. All right. So, but anyway, all these little places, they got secret little hiding places for all these things. They're going to come up. They're not going to be down in the ground or in the ocean anymore or whatever they can do. I don't know what all they can do. But they're coming out, y'all. And they've got some stuff down there. And they might even have like super soldiers or something, because I've been researching some stuff about that. So maybe you may know some of those things. And so that's so real. You need to tell them, like, this is about to get crazy down here. You don't want to be here, little teen. You don't want to be here having to fend for yourself and run around and try to look for food and not get killed, or you just don't want to be here. So scare them a little bit. Show them what's going to happen in Revelation. Show them the thing with the scorpion and the hair like a lady and the lion teeth or whatever it's in Revelation. That stuff's going to be real. That's not like figurative there. That's a real army's going around and sting people. All right? That part is not a symbol. All right, so I'm going to just let you guys kind of read through some of this. I'm not going to do all this, but let me get real close on this so you can see where it's at, and you can go to this website. All right? Crossway.org, and then look at that. It's got little dashes between it, if you can't really see that, between all the rest of those little words, okay? All right, then let's get to these parts. All right, so you need to know how to share the gospel. So before they can actually explain the gospel, they must first know it themselves, okay? So then they must know how to articulate it, which seems obvious, but it's important. And have you been equipped to do this? Help them practice saying it, give them confidence, that kind of thing. Now, you could do this just with talking to somebody, but a lot of teens are probably not really comfortable with that if they, they haven't done this a lot before. So just give them a little tract, the tracts that have what are the steps to salvation in it. Maybe find one that's a little bit not as packed with words or whatever, just kind of the most basic one you can find. That way they don't have a lot of pressure on them to read all this stuff or whatever. And then they can just kind of talk them through it and then make the decision if they want to pray together or, that kind of thing, to get them over the hump and into salvation, not just thinking about it. Then they can do that, okay? And you might just go in pairs or something, maybe a teen with your mom or your dad or, some adult that and go together. That way, if there's a question asked or something that the teen doesn't know, then the parent could answer, or the relative or whoever's going with them could answer it. Especially if you're going up to strangers, you don't want to send your teen out, obviously, witnessing to strangers, because that could be dangerous. All right, so they've got to know it themselves. Make sure they're saved. Don't forget to get them saved, all right? And then take advantage of impromptu conversations. Now, if this red dragon sign pops off in a minute, that's going to be your key to getting in there and saying, hey, do y'all know what that sign's about right here? Let me show you what's in the back of this book with Revelation. This is going on. We're about to leave here. Y'all need to get on the boat, okay? that can be your conversation starter, because everybody's going to be talking about whatever this is, because it's a sign, y'all. It's a sign, meaning that we're going to see something. Here it says, look up. He's telling you, look up. There's going to be something up there. Now, I'm really praying that's going to happen before we leave, and I imagine it would, because I know God, and I'm thinking what he's going to do is he's going to put something up there, scare people, and we're going to get over there and try to witness to them, all right? Okay. So you're going to talk to your church, about things. Now, I don't know how much this would really play into it now about, like, plugging into church, because we're about to be out of here. But, you might just tell them, like, come over your house, and, we'll talk a little bit about something if y'all have time, all right? Just to get them into the faith, just like a little devotional or something. Don't spend a long time on churches either right now. Right now, the church's got to be out there getting the lost into the boat, all right? That's where we got to spend most of our time with. All right. This is probably the key, guys. You have to use the social media to get this message out. You have to use the little TikTok things, real fast ones, to say, listen, we're leaving. And you got to believe it yourself in your heart. And then you're going to get a big fire up under your butt and say, go, we've got to go. We've got to get on this, because he's leaving. He's going to leave soon. And the door's going to be closed, and then they're going to be stuck down here. So get on the social media, get the message out. It's a done deal. He's coming on 10-6 or 10-7, and you need to get in the boat, all right? And tell him how to get in the boat with what information you can do. You put, like, the information that's on a tract. You can make, like, a meme of it, or you could, put it on your Facebook page, just kind of type it in there, kind of copy it in there, and explain to them how to get saved, all right? Now, there are a few little things that, I guess it's a meme that people, like, put around. If you go to my Facebook page, I have one that's like the ABCs of the gospel. And I don't have it pulled up right now, but if you look at one of the other videos, especially the Joel Bible studies, I show you my Facebook name so you can spell it right and everything, my picture. And I've made those things public, the ABCs of the gospel. You can just pop that one right off of there, share it around wherever your social media is, and then you don't have to really, like, type anything anywhere. You just share it. Or you can find one. If you search, you can, like, little salvation memes where it tells them how to get saved in the one little picture or graphic art thing kind of that's there. All right. Don't forget about the weak and the lonely. There might be some people that are like shut-ins or whatever. If you got a neighbor that can't get out, you need to knock on the door now and go see, like, if they're saved. Go check on them. Okay. And then you need to pray about it. So before you go out there, you need to say, well, God, I want you to move, and I believe you're going to get all these people in here, and that you're going to soften their hearts before I get there, and that kind of thing. So just talk to him about it. He'll tell you what to pray about. All right, so don't miss the cultural moments like the Super Bowl. Well, this sound up in the heavens is going to be our Super Bowl, y'all. This is like, everybody's going to be going like, what is this? What are you talking about here? What's going on up in the heavens? So you're going to be looking up, right? See, that gives you another clue that we are going to see it before we leave, because we're going to look up something, right? All right, and then why teens need to share the gospel. All right, so you can read some of that if you want to, or you can go to this website and you'll get some more information on that. So I think that's all I want to say about this. But we've got to get these teens, y'all, because Joshua said that he saw that there were so many teens that did not make it. They did not make it in the boat. So we've got to get them out there and make them get in the boat. Scare them a little bit with this darkness dream stuff, and explain to them that they've been lied to. If they're atheists and they believe that nothing was created, talk to them about the patterns and the intricacy of the ecosystems, and patterns on, like, snakes and butterfly wings, like, all these little intricate symmetrical things where God is repeating something, and get them to say, you think that this could happen by an accident? All right. You're going to have to bust through that one first, all right? And then there might be other people who say, well, I just don't want to have a God. We'll say, well, God's coming and judge this earth, so you might want to get on the right team, okay? That's what he's saying. You might want to get on the right team, okay? So get those teens, guys, because my heart hurts for them, all right? So let's get them.